Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing our next installment of Sci-Friday, where we explore the top 150 science fiction movies as determined by Rotten Tomatoes. I go back and I find all the ones in that 150 list that I have not seen. Strangely enough, my friends, while I am a huge fan of Aliens, I've never seen Alien, the very first one by Ridley Scott. So, again, this is something sort of like The Thing. When I realized that it was probably scarier than now, I watched Aliens and had no problems. And I've been told, hey, if you saw Aliens, the frights or whatever in that are, probably worse than an alien. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm not as concerned about this one, but it's definitely a movie that I need to see. It's definitely something that if you consider yourself a science fiction fan, you damn well better have seen Alien. And so I haven't, and now I shall. My friends, I need you to come with me on this journey because I don't know what to expect, and I'm a huge fraidy cat. So, as we've seen before, hopefully it's not as bad this time. Who knows? My stomach will tell me as soon as I start to get tense. Apparently, that's my new thing. So, my friends, now it is time to watch Alien, for me to finally see where it all started and hopefully not scare the shit out of myself. But we'll see. My friends, if you could do me a solid and hit that like button, poke that subscribe, ring-a-ding-ding that bell for notifications for any time we go live here on YouTube for any Star Trek or Sci-Friday related material. I want you along for the ride. I need you along for the ride. Hell, I'm not taking the ride without you, so you have to be here. My friends, let's get ready to engage maximum warp reaction for the 1979 movie Alien. And away we go. Don't scare me, Ridley. I don't need that shit today. I don't need that shit today, Mr. Scott. Commercial towing vehicle, the Nostromo. Crew 7. Refinery processing 20 million tons of mineral ore. Returning to Earth. So it's a cargo ship or a mining craft? Like, do they do the mining or are they just carrying the results of the mining? Seems like with only 7 people, they'd just be a cargo ship. Because this sumbitch is apparently big. Boy, I love a good inside of a industrial-like spaceship. No carpet. Sorry, NCC 1701D. I love you too. Is this supposed to be showing us that there's nobody here? What'd you go to space in? A Commodore 64. Sort of looks like the walkway to the cockpit in the Falcon. Okay, this is like whimsical music, which is okay for me. Oh, everybody was in cryo. Do you have to wear that when you go in cryo? Like, is it like a diaper? John Hurt. I actually did a test Sci-Friday with the movie Snowpiercer, which I'll bring out at some point. And John Hurt's in that too, but he is much older. Father Time, undefeated. Could they get more flattering underwear? Okay, I know I got Ellen Ripley.
Dallas, mother wants to talk to you.
Dallas. Is Mother their computer, I'm going to guess? Or is that like HQ, like the mother ship? Look at this. Oh, wow. So it's like a whole security thing to get in here. Does Mother talk or just...
Where's Earth?
You should know.
It's not our system.
They went to the wrong place.
The hell are we doing out here?
They off course?
Well, I think I know why they don't come down here. It's because of you. You don't have no personality.
This is Brett and Parker. Brett is Harry Dean Stanton.
Mother's interrupted the course of our journey.
Why?
What?
Yeah. She's programmed to do that should certain conditions arise. They have. Intercepted a transmission of unknown origin. She got us up to check it out.
A transmission?
Is it a stress call?
What kind of a transmission?
acoustical beacon. It repeats at intervals of 12 seconds.
And what about the money? If you want to give me some money to do, I'd be happy to. Just
I'm with you, man. Oh, I'm with Parker. It might be because I have a little bit of foreshadowing. That's a big ship. Oh, that's a cool shot. So it's a, what, 3 moons? Are they going to a moon or the planet?
9, 8, 7.
Are they breaking a... Oh, they're just extending. Okay, so is this like a tractor trailer, like with a cab and a trailer? Like, is that whole back part just the ore, the 20 million tons or whatever it was? Ridley Scott knows how to like make you feel like this is authentic. He's like, yeah, you're in a spaceship, but I'm gonna make you believe it.
There we are, we've got it.
So is he the the Paul Reiser corporate guy? So I'm thinking he's the corporate guy. I saw one time where John Carpenter said how they did that wire work for like the computer 3D modeling for Escape from New York, and it was actually they built models and lined them with the green, I think it was, of like the canyons of New York. And whenever Snake's going in on the hang glider, if you've seen it, every time I see wire work like that, it makes me think of that. Jeez, dear God, can they like? What the hell happened? Winds howling.
coming down here for. You better stay the fuck out of my way.
She better stay the fuck out of my way.
No, absolutely nothing. Except the same transmission every 12 seconds.
What's the transmission? Why the heck? I mean, I'm sorry. Why in the fuck would you be told to go to this place?
Rock, lava base. Deep cold, well below the line.
Lava but deep cold? Getting yourself psyched up, buddy? It's your dumbass that got us down here. Oh man, screw this. I'm going to cross off Deep Space Miner off of my list of potential things I want to be when I grow up. But you're already so old. Yes, I know. Oh, so yeah, my man here, he's just gonna hang loose. He's not going out. Ash, ash hole.
Keep the line open. Let's go.
I've seen this POV camera horse shit before. I like these guys. Parker and Brett. I don't know what that's his last name or his first name.
Quit griping.
I like griping.
Come on, knock it off.
Okay, Dallas. I know who Dallas is. That's Tom Skerritt. And that means that according to the subtitles, Kane is the third person there, but I don't see the face. I think it's John Hurt's character. Oh, talk binary to me. Oh, there's the kitty. That is Tom Skerritt. That's Dallas. Get these names right. Dallas, and then the woman that operative that's with him is Lambert, and I think John Hurt is Kane. Well, the wind stopped. That's good.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, no one has.
All right.
I've seen Alien Covenant and the other one.
What is it?
I'm pretty sure that's the same type of horseshoe craft, isn't it?
Will you say that again?
Well, then get out there, buddy. You're the asshole that wanted to come down here, threatened everybody's money. He always does a good job of playing an annoying asshole. Ian, what would you say your strengths are as an actor? Do you need an annoying asshole? We do. Allow me to show you my body of work. Oh, this guy's I can see who I'm going to hate. I actually liked Paul Reiser's character in Aliens because I like Paul Reiser, but the sets are amazing. The suits are amazing. The ship's amazing. I mean, I just love shit like this. There's so much to be said for practical effects. Is it like raining or is that just the light? Like, is there dust in the air? Like everything in science fiction, I apparently enjoy watching things backwards. You know, hence now I'm doing the original series in Star Trek, having never seen it before. Doing this before or after having seen Aliens and Alien 3, I mean, I have a lot of I can understand a lot of the things. I don't understand how this all started though. So what I'm asking, I guess, from you all is this one of those, what do they call them? The big, like, bald, yeah, what are they called? Like architects or mechanics or something? Okay, so it must be one of those ships. Yeah, that seems about the size that they would be. Is that what they were called? I'm wrong about that, I think.
Looks like it's grown out of the chair.
It's growing out of the chair. Okay, so they don't seem like real shocked by alien life. So this must be something that is maybe not commonplace, but definitely alien life has been discovered. I love how I am somehow hoping things will turn out okay. I like the jet of atmosphere or gas that's coming out of the back. That's what's causing that rain effect. That is solid as shit, man.
Mother's deciphered part of it. It doesn't look like an SOS.
What is it then?
Well, it looks like a warning.
I mean, but the time it takes to get there, they'll know if it's a warning or not, yes?
Who the fuck is this guy? Just yeah. It's a warning, everybody, but they'll figure it out.
A cave of some sort, but
Why are we doing this? Again, if this is a warning, then you can send somebody out there and say, hey, everybody, we're leaving. It's a warning. We're not supposed to, we didn't even have to come down here. Gee, this is a big ship. Why is it so open on the inside? There's like no cargo. I know that they're taller, those engineers, architects, caretaker. What are they called? Engineers? Is it engineers?
this is completely enclosed and it's full of leathery objects like eggs or something.
Oh, you're dead, my man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. This is like being able to see the future and you see a car wreck and you can't leave the intersection until it happens. I don't know what type of person, would ever do this. I don't have whatever makes someone do this, go into a place like this, touch things like this. I can safely say I do not have that. So, friends, if we ever find ourselves on a derelict spacecraft, I'm not doing this. You can have my share. Oh, that is so fucking gross. Oh, he's got his helmet on. Winds howling. So is this the shot that everyone in here's dead? That looks like everybody's in this place is dead. So is that like snow or like silica or... He said it was super cold, but they also said it was lava. Is this like ash?
Okay, Ripley, I'm at the interlock hatch now.
Who gives a shit, dude?
Listen to me. If we break quarantine, we could all die.
Look, could you open the goddamn hatch? We have to get him inside.
No.
Inner hatch open.
This fucking guy, man. Oh, that's a good idea. Put him into cryo? That is a really good idea. It would quarantine him. Yeah, this isn't going to go well. Get the fuck out. Oh, shit, that's right.
That crap's gonna eat through the hull.
That's a question I've never had. Is this acid strong enough that it just keeps eating? Or does it somehow lose its potency after a bit?
There it is.
How do you stop it?
Don't get under it.
Looks like it's stopping.
Will it bleed out? That's, I mean, I know what a face hugger is, but I don't know its like stats.
Well, the sooner we patch this thing up and get out of here, the sooner we can go home. This place gives me the creeps.
Well, why, Parker? Why does it give you the creeps? I mean, have you experienced something creepy? I mean, sure, Kane's got some shit on his face, but I mean, that's just part of the job, right? Right? By the way, everybody, this is why I stand up to do my reactions. I'm like a cow. I think better when I'm standing, but also I fidget. This is the corporate douchebag that wants to weaponize it. And
Well, it's an interesting combination of elements, making him a tough little son of a bitch.
And you let him in.
you let him in, you fucker.
Ash, when Dallas and Kane are off the ship, I'm senior officer.
Look, what would you have done with Kane? Hmm? You know his only chance of survival was to get him in here.
You couldn't do anything with him in here.
Maybe I should have left him outside.
Yeah.
I do take my responsibilities as seriously as you know.
Yeah, what responsibilities are those? What's your job? I don't trust this fucking guy. He's working on a different set of rules. This guy drinking milk? It's even weirder. Wind swirling.
I think you should have a look at Kane.
Why?
Something's happened.
Serious?
Interesting.
This guy, thanks for being as vague as possible, dude.
Ripley, meet me in the infirmary right away.
You know, bring a gun or something. Did they even have weapons on? Oh, boy. Is this idiot looking for it? I have a question that I don't know the answer to, and I don't want to ask it yet for fear of ruining something. So if and when we get an answer to it, I'll state my tongue-bitten question that I have. Jesus. I don't trust this guy. Wow, I don't trust him at all. Now, to be fair, I have trust issues after the thing. Major trust issues.
Kane? Dallas?
Holy...
Well, we've got to have a look at this.
Well, how are you going to cut it open? Are you trying to like... Oh, looks like an oyster. You tell me it doesn't look like an oyster. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ridley Scott is not scared to have these like long, like tension-fueled scenes interspersed with silence and then chaos.
Struts retract.
Struts retracted.
We're just talking about it on a Star Trek reaction I did. Cross chatter is really cool. You get the idea of just how much is going on a spaceship.
Yes.
Dallas, I think you should come and see Kane.
Yes,
Oh, for Christ's sake.
If you just come and see him.
We're on our way.
I don't like to say anything over the comm because I like to be dramatic. Oh, yeah, I mean, the hell with quarantine. Yeah, he's coughing. Yeah, it's just, maybe we should hug.
You pound down the stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
A lot of smoking.
Right now,
A lot of smoke. A lot of rolled cigarettes. Yeah, Ash looking like he knows what's going on. Get a spoon. Where's some good acting? Oh, Jesus. What is that sound? I even knew this. Yeah, dude.
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
I'd stab him. Oh, you had one chance. You had one fucking chance. You, Jude. Oh, yeah. It'll be super easy to find in all these pipes and shit.
Anybody want to say anything?
Now they're going to put him out the airlock now. All right. Let's put the cart before the horse, everyone. I mean, dear God. Kane's going to make it back to Earth before they do.
It's an ordinary prod, like a cattle prod. It's got a portable battery. It's insulated all the way here, all the way up to here. Just make damn sure nobody puts their hand on the end of it.
I've taken care of that. I've designed this tracking device. You just set it to search for a moving object. So?
Yeah, but how far is that? Okay, so it's Dallas, Lambert, and Ash, and Ripley, Brett, and Parker. 2 teams.
What do we got here?
Damn it, hold the line over here.
To be fair, I want to be with Brett and Parker, too. Let me put it to you like this. I want to be on any team Ash is not on. Is it picking something up? Better zap the shit out of it, Ripley.
Hey, look, now, we had to back it, man. Now we might pick it up on the track again.
Oh, that's smart.
Go on, get it, man.
No, don't split up. Oh, for God's sakes. Harry Dean Stanton was always old. Always. That was smart, though. I didn't even think, pick up the cat because it'll keep tripping the motion detector. That's why I'm not in space. Where's everything? Dude, why would you touch that with your hands? It's shedded skin. Why is everything wet? I mean, like, really wet. This doesn't seem right. Why is this like condensation? He doesn't seem upset that it's raining in this room. Well, he must be very confident that it's water.
Come on, baby.
Now, can Jonesy sense? Oh, for Christ's sakes. I hate to say that that's not how a cat would react.
It's using the air ducts to move around.
Can you shut it off? So our order of operations, everybody. Number 1, Kane. Number 2, Brett. Who's lucky number 3? Hope it's Ash. Pricks like that. Hey, thanks for letting it on the boat, bud. Interface 2037, ready for inquiry. Unable to compute. Well, chat GPT mother ain't. Well, he does have a flamethrower now. One of those incinerators that he had Parker rig up, I guess. So it looks like a good way. You're carrying that in a good way to light yourself on fire. Oh my God, no way. There is just absolutely no way.
Close all the hatches behind me. I'm moving on.
Do they close or just like iris shut to like a 6-inch diameter? I haven't seen one close all the way yet. I'm kind of surprised by this movie in that it got into it really quick. Like, there was very little lead into this problem, and it's sense oars beeping.
It's gotta be around there somewhere.
There's snot everywhere.
Am I Claire Lambert? I want to get the hell out of here.
There we go. There we go. Look at that asshole. Excuse me, ashhole. Motherfucker.
No, it's using the air shafts. Will you listen to me, Parker? Shut up!
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Good acting. Has a very organic scene. This guy's awesome. That was a really good scene between he and Sigourney Weaver. I don't know the actor's name. I have to figure that out. Very organic, back and forth, all one shot. I wonder how much of that was improv. Like Ridley Scott told them, you need to get this information conveyed. I don't care how you do it, you know, and argue. And that was really good. So does the commanding officer, the only one that has access to Mother, and the science officer? Emergency command override 100-375. What is special order 937? Nostromo rerouted to new coordinates. Investigate life form, gather specimen. Priority 1, ensure return of organism for analysis. All other considerations secondary. Crew expendable. Motherfucker.
There's an explanation for this, you know.
I would lock him in there. You stay with Mother. Fucking prick. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He seems exceptionally strong. Oh, yeah, there's something up. He's a fucking android.
It's a robot. Ash is a goddamn robot.
Yeah, don't get close to him.
Help me get this fucking thing off! How come the company sent us a goddamn robot?
Why didn't I figure that out? We'll talk about this afterwards. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense now. They're bringing him back up. Online.
Ash, can you hear me? Ash!
Jesus. It's very, very disturbing.
What was your special order?
You read it. I thought it was clear. Bring back life form. Priority 1. All other priorities rescinded.
There's gotta be a way of killing it. How?
He's not going to tell you.
You still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you? Perfect organism. I admire its purity.
What the fuck does that mean?
A survivor. Unclouded by conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality.
How the fuck do you know that? You been talking with it, having tea?
I can't lie to you about your chances. You have my sympathies.
We're gonna blow up the ship.
I hate even putting Ash down as a casualty. Kane, Brett, Dallas, no blood though. Ash. So disturbing.
We ain't out of here in 10 minutes. We won't need no rocket to fly through space.
We're gonna need coolant for the air support system.
Parker's the best. Parker, he had this sniffed out early. And Lambert was 1,000% right. Get on the fucking shuttle, run.
Come back up here, I'll shut the switches off and we'll blow this fucker off into space. Ready?
Take care of yourself.
7 minutes.
All one shot there, and Sigourney Weaver had a little stumble on that line, but they kept it, which I like. God, quit making so much noise. Now, I know you got to be quick, but damn, I mean, just maybe take an extra, couple seconds to be...
Jones.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm a cat lover. I'm a dog lover. I'm not coming looking for you. So, friends, if you're ever a cat and I'm sent to look after you in a ship full with an alien on it, I'm not. I will not be aiding you if you turn into a cat. There's very little. I just realized there's very little I would volunteer for in this movie. To recap, I'm not going on the planet. I'm certainly not going to do what Kane did and like rappel down into that area. I'm not going to let him back in. I'm not going in the air vent. I'm not going off by myself. I'm certainly not looking for a cat. Parker, go.
Get out of the way, Leonard!
Oh, God.
Get out of the road!
We got something to talk about after this because I'm getting a lot of revelations on Ripley here.
5 minutes.
That is an interesting choice of computer voice. It sounds like someone's grandma. The ship will self-destruct in T-minus 10 minutes. I tell you, Ripley is loyal. She is carrying that cat. Is it just like right around the corner? Yep. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Why is everyone scared to light this thing up? Man, it is going up. It's got to be like a meltdown. That's the coolant. I mean, don't be so upset about it. Just get out of here. Here's one thing I would do. Dead sprint, shooting that flamethrower in front of me towards the shuttle. I'd be closing every door behind me though. Holy shit. Yeah, it's time to go.
1 minute to abandon ship.
I mean, can you even get to safe? I mean, Ripley makes it, but can we?
In T-minus 1
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
T-minus 30 seconds.
We got it. I got it. I got it.
25, 24, 23, 22, 21.
Let me guess, 20. I want to see this thing go up.
1.
Wow, I was not expecting that. That's definitely a nuclear blast there. That absolutely was a meltdown. You caused a lot of problems, especially for Brett. I'd love to know how those work, or what the scientific theory is behind how they work. You have to, it's mandatory, Sigourney, you have to find a pair of those awful underwear to wear. Motherfucker, man. Ripley, it's gonna find you. This is like hiding in a closet with it. I guess I forget how smart these things are. I always look at them as like insects or something, you know, with like a... No, these fuckers are tactical. Getting in an EV suit. Oh my God, couldn't get any creepier. So you just gotta vent it, right? That's the play, vent it. Is it like a grappling type of thing? Does it have like a cable on it? Is that what I'm seeing? Why is it so sluggish, too? Maybe it got hurt. He knows you're up to something. Oh, dear God. Flame on! She looks different behind the glass of that helmet. Woo! Tense. Tense. I don't know how else to say it. It's very, very tense. All right, my friends, we just finished watching 1979's Alien by director Ridley Scott, and I am tired, but not too tired to talk about it. All right, my friends, just got finished watching Alien. Now, a couple things that I wanted to bring up as I was watching, but I didn't want to kind of spoil it for myself or whatnot. In watching this, even though this was the first movie made, Alien, you know, in the chain and the franchise that came out, I'm treating this much like for my viewing because I knew so much of the lore that it was more like a sequel for me. You know, watching a sequel, kind of like a prequel that comes out after, you know, like the original trilogy of Star Wars, and then we go back to the prequel series, which might be a terrible reference, but that's sort of how I knew the story. I just didn't know how everything went down. By that, I mean, when Ripley goes to, and again, spoilers if you haven't seen Aliens, but you know, okay. When Ripley wakes up, it's, I think like 70 years later or something. They bring her out, and Paul Reiser, who is like the corporate stooge that is part of, like, you know, he picks up the mantle of, we've got to save this creature for research purposes. It's very valuable. He takes up that mantle, and she explains to him what happened. And I think they're actually like flashing up pictures. I remember them like flashing up like Dallas and Parker. But you don't know, other than that none of them made it, you don't know exactly what went down. Now, I did know that one of the people on the away mission gets hit by the face hugger. I didn't realize it was Kane at first, but, and here's the weirdest way why I know it was John Hurt playing Kane that got it. I don't know how many people have seen Spaceballs, but John Hurt is in Spaceballs eating at like a diner, and he eats something and doesn't agree with, and it bursts out of his chest again, and it bursts out of his chest, and John Hurt goes, "Oh, not again," as it puts on a top hat and dances off. I don't know. Spaceballs, everybody. So that's that's the roundabout way I came to figuring out what the hell was going on with that Kane was going to have the problem. What I was really shocked about more than anything else in watching this movie was that there was very little preamble to everything. It was, hey, we wake up. Hey, why are we not where we're supposed to be? Hey, we have a new mission. Hey, let's land on the planet. Hey, someone's hurt. I mean, it was bop, 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 bop. And then we were into the thick of the shit when, you know, it bursts out of Kane's chest, and we're off to the races, as they say. I was also very surprised by the amount of kind of like static silent or environmental shots that Ridley Scott used in this movie. You know, really long. I mean, sometimes maybe, I'll be honest with you, a little too long, where he would just stick and you would see like the slow creeping of Ripley, or, you know, Dallas going through the air ducts. And it was very slow and deliberate for, you know, to be dripping with tension and suspense. I'm not real sure that the jury's out on whether or not I think that would work. I think that, and the reason why I say that is this. For me, it doesn't work because I knew too much about the creatures, the aliens, you know, going into this. But I think with the initial audiences, you know, that were unfamiliar with like the capabilities of the creature, or, you know, what exactly the creature was, that it was enough, you know, to get flashes, kind of like the Jaws type of approach to making a movie. You don't show them the creature, you just know that it's killing people. Not until the end anyway, right? So, you know, I'm back and forth. It didn't work for me, but again, I'm a special circumstance in that I didn't walk into a movie theater in 1979, sit down and be like, what the fuck is going on when I see this movie? So, you know, but still, though, those shots were really long. I mentioned this before in, strangely enough, Star Trek, the animated series, one of the episodes, they took a lot of filler shots, and I sort of caught a whiff of that same thing happening here. Like the movie could have been like 15 minutes shorter, and it probably would have been tighter. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just, I think it's tough to interrupt the pacing of a scene or a movie that's geared towards suspense and like the escalation of that type of tension. But I think that the pacing was off. That's me. That's me. I mean, um, did I enjoy it? Yes, very much. I enjoyed it though, just to learn the story, just to have, you know, I've heard the middle part, the middle chapters. I never heard the Once Upon a Time. This was the Once Upon a Time. And I like it very much. And I wonder just how much, you know, I mean, the new movies like the Alien Covenant, and I want to say Alien, whatever, Resurrection, or I'm not sure that's it. It's the other one that deals with the engineers or whatever those big bald humanoids are. Um, you could see that, you know, because they go in there, they find the engineer, if that's the title of it, you know, in the chair, and boy, you know, Ridley Scott got a lot of play out of that one scene, you know, that one ship and everything, and I'm sure he probably had it all written out beforehand, like, you know, this was came from here, and this is the, you know, the people that were behind it all, and blah blah blah, or the race that was behind it all, and that was really cool, and I liked it and enjoyed that kind of learning aspect. Oh, that because yeah, I didn't realize. I thought that was kind of something that was added later, you know, like a bit of the lore they kind of shoehorned in. I'm glad to know that it's not. There is at least some type of point of fact or reference for it to go back to. A couple things. So as I'm looking at it, I think what I take away from this movie is this. I knew that none of the people made it out alive. I knew that the Nostromo was doomed. I knew it. You know, I mean, because if you've watched Aliens, it's in the first 5 minutes, they'll tell you. The thing that surprised me was one, and I feel so fucking stupid about this, Ash. I'm looking at Ash like, oh, this prick. You know, I immediately associated him with Paul Reiser's character, and I failed to remember a very, very, very vital detail from Aliens. In Aliens, for me, an unexplained reason, Ripley hates synthetics. That's why she doesn't like Lance Hendrickson's Bishop. Just can't stay the fuck away from me, Bishop, is what she says at one point. You know, I should have figured that out. I am ashamed of myself for not figuring it out and thinking this guy was just a dude, because it completely falls in the line, and it makes Bishop's character in Aliens, again, I hate talking about another movie because somebody might be taking these in order. I'll just say this, it makes the relationship between Ripley and Bishop a lot stronger. A lot stronger. It has a lot more weight, a lot more meaning. And ultimately, I think that it really is it's a powerful kind of arc that we see there. I'm going to leave that at that. I don't want to talk anymore about that. So, you know, if you haven't seen Aliens, do that and then pay particular attention. I'm not really revealing anything at this point because all of this literally happens within the first 5 or 10 minutes of Aliens. So I'm just going to leave that there. That is very Lance Hendrickson's character. It's very interesting in Aliens. Now that I know, everybody else is going, yeah, we've known this for like 40 years. Okay, I'm just catching up, everybody. But no, that struck me as odd, and the other, not odd, but powerful, you know, a bit of storytelling. Here's what I thought. I don't know how to say this. I'm gonna go ahead and just straight up say this. I am very surprised by the amount of structure Jim Cameron mimicked, utilized for Aliens that was like a direct reflection or mirror from Alien. The countdown, you know, the ending nuclear blast, the fact that the creature makes it out on the shuttle and avoids said blast. You know, there's just a lot of stuff like, you know, the final act there and the climax of everything, the countdown. I mean, very, very similar. And now again, you know, making something mirror, you know, its predecessor or, which worked, which, you know, the audiences obviously loved, you know, it makes sense to do that in a way. I was just surprised by how much I found that it was reflective of the first movie of Alien. Now that I've watched Alien, the other thing is this, and I don't know how else to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and just say it and then explain it. I always thought that Ripley survived because she was tactical, because she was, you know, a survivor, because she was, you know, much like Ash talked about the creature and how much he like philosophically loved it. It's a survivor, you know, it has, you know, a beauty and blah, 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 which how the fuck do you know that, dude? You know, you weren't talking with it, you weren't having tea with it or playing chess. But I always thought that, you know, especially the way that if you've seen Aliens or you're going to watch Aliens, Ripley comes off very sure of herself, very confident in like both her knowledge, her experiences. You know, when they're asked about certain things, I'm trying to be deliberately vague here, but you know, she comes off very confident, like her learning experience in Alien um came about because of like her strengths and you know, like she was the architect of her own survival. Maybe that's the best way to put it. She was not at all. Ripley got super duper duper super fucking lucky because she was just given the right job. She was put with the right group. She was told to go to the right place. And then when she was in charge, she made the right call, not necessarily to put others at risk as herself. She just turned right when the creature was on the left-hand path. She was incredibly lucky. Incredible. She really, other than the moments we just watched in the end of the shuttle where she took the, you know, ejected it outside, and that was her. That was all her. She did that. Yeah. But the thing is, I gave her way too much credit. Um, I don't know. It's weird because she seems like a different character. I'm gonna have to watch Aliens again, especially the beginning. But I initially thought, you know, when I saw and experienced Ellen Ripley for the first time, when I saw Sigourney Weaver in Aliens and the way that she was playing the character with such confidence and such absolute certainty about certain things, you know, I mean, she was just adamant. No, you idiot. This is the way it goes. I should know. She really doesn't. You know, it's weird because I'm really going to have to look that. It's almost in my mind now when I remember back to the beginning of Aliens, which I admittedly don't have a full recall of. That's why I'm gonna have to go back and look. Admittedly, I think a lot of what she is saying is just emotion fueled bullshit because she doesn't know how to fight these creatures. She doesn't know how, you know, how they act or how they move or how they, you know, with their you know, eating habits are, you know, all this like important information that you would kind of think that she would, given the way that she presents herself in Aliens. And again, I might be assigning a false sense of like pridefulness to her that I'm just misremembering, but it's really weird because I have a very different outlook on the character of Ripley at the beginning of Aliens now. Now, at the end of Aliens, I still think Ellen Ripley's a fantastic character. And I still think that, you know, she hasn't been diminished for me in any capacity other than I question the certainty with which she spoke at the beginning of Aliens. She really just got super fucking lucky in this movie, in Alien. She went the right way. She made the right call. You know, she didn't go down the hall with the trap door. You know, she didn't fall in the quicksand. Everyone else did. They each got hit by the certain traps and tricks and, you know, the elimination protocols of a movie, a survival movie like this. She just made it through by, you know, fucking sheer luck, really. Again, the last moment on the shuttle where she exploded, that was her. That was her kind of validation of survival. Getting into that shuttle and everything, my God, it was, you know, Parker trying to save Lambert, diverted the creature, and they were fighting, and she could hear it, so she knew where it was, and that aided her, and yet she still ran into it around the corner and had to run, found Jonesy, you know, I'm not recapping everything for you, but I am. She just got really lucky, right? I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me. Tell me, you don't know what you're talking about. This is what she did, or remind me of something that I might just be kind of I'm so certain of my own theory now that I'm ignoring something that's obvious. But anyway, with all of our people, the order of operations as it goes down, Kane died first from the face hugger and the chest burster, followed by Brett, followed by Dallas, followed by Ash, fucking Ash, followed by Parker, and last Lambert. At least Parker and Lambert were pretty close together. The last thing I'll say about all this, and this is something that I've never figured out, even though I've watched Aliens and Alien 3, I don't understand the life cycle of the xenomorphs, which is kind of what they ultimately are called. I understand that, you have the face hugger. It implants an egg or whatever, embryo that bursts out and becomes like the xenomorph, becomes like the warrior, becomes like the whatever. From that stage, how does a xenomorph, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Aliens, how does the xenomorph become a queen? Or is a queen born from a specific facehugger? Because it seems to me that unless you've got the elements for a queen, that's the end of the life cycle right there. Facehugger implants, chest burster comes out, grows to full size, and scene. I don't see where it can replicate its own, like make a facehugger. It seems to me that like it requires a queen to be involved for there to be any type of like population growth for a xenomorph. That's an aside that I don't have an answer for, but if somebody knows, I'd love to hear it because I'm sure it's a bit of lore that I just, again, my huge, black hole size gaps in my memory, not to mention things I just don't know, could easily be what's going on here. Well, my friends, I enjoyed it quite a bit. And I mentioned during the reaction, and I'm not sure if this will get edited out, but I mentioned during the reaction that I have watched The Thing, and I've watched now Alien, and I actually did a test kind of taping a while back for Snowpiercer, which will come out at some point. But it's a little rough. The next time I do a Sci-Friday, it's going to be something that at least doesn't appear to be scary because my back and my tum-tum need some help and they need a bit of a vacation, a timeout, if you will. We'll see what I ultimately end up picking, but these were two pretty tense, with The Thing just about killing me and Alien just about breaking my back and submitting my stomach to horrible gastrointestinal stuff. But the good thing about all of it is that I can now say that I've seen them both, I've enjoyed them both, and I understand the popularity of both. And I truly do feel like a bigger fan of both franchises. I truly feel not really a franchise with The Thing, but of the collaboration between Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. I feel more of a fan. I feel, more inclined to call myself a fan of John Carpenter and Kurt Russell now that I've seen The Thing. Same thing with Alien. I feel more of a fan of the franchise for having now seen the first movie. Would I have liked to have not had a couple of things ruined for me as far as spoilers about knowing who lives and dies? Sure, but I don't think it doesn't, again, looking at this like a sequel, prequel, something I already seen, know a bunch of the lore, and it kind of goes back and fills in the blanks. It's great. It's great. I'm so glad that I saw it because now I can truly say that I know where it started and I know where it's going. And if there are any ones along the way, I should be able to kind of catch them up in stride now because I've seen Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3, right? So I'm good, right? It's a start. My friends, thank you so much for being with me. If you could, poke that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications for whenever we go live here on YouTube with sci-fi or Star Trek related content. This is part of and just as a reference, this is part of our Sci-Friday series where I go by the Rotten Tomatoes top 150 science fiction movies of all time. I find in no particular order the ones that I haven't seen, and I begin to watch them and react to them and review them. And so with that, we've already started down this. We've already gotten Thing. We've already gotten Alien. Anytime we go live, my friends, those are the things you can look for in Star Trek and science fiction. And if you'd like longer format or to watch this Alien in its full length with me screaming in my stomach and no editing and all that great stuff, where we can watch it from pillar to post together, join us down in Patreon for the full length watch-alongs and reactions. They're a hoot because I literally edit nothing out of my reaction. So you get to see me, I try to make myself look at least a little bit cool in these. There is nothing cool about the unedited. Nothing. It's like there's tears. Yeah, there might be. But anywho, my friends, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all very much. And if you could, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you later.